intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Here's the punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Texans offense heading out, and it's Deshaun Watson leading the way, the third-year man out of Clemson. Last year, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but the big number for the Texans, he was sacked a league-high 62 times. They'll try to do better in this one. On first down, Watson, and he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's we all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Pretty heavy traffic over the middle on that one, and somehow he emerged with the football. Way to possess it, despite all the extra contact and people around him.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Ross on the return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these two teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Many times as we open a game, we talk about guys who are drafted in the 1st round, but how about the undrafted players? In this case, Safety Tashawn Gibson, who's made the most of his time in the NFL, becoming a starter in the league, and since 2012 has 20 interceptions, the most for undrafted players in that time frame.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. McCaffrey on the counter. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Got a man open. It's Ross. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Attack!
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, 41's Mike. Bring it. 15. 41's coming, 41's the Mike.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Looking for Thomas, he's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
He's set. 19. That's not good. Watch twins.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 75 yards as his guys are on the board here in this.
Yellow. I go on. Here we go. Look at it. 41's the Mike. Check 41. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey,
they start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Color. Mark 55. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Alpha. 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Mahomes. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
All day.
At the 43-yard line.
Mike 41. We got to wedge that, huh? You remember me?
This is McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38.
Quick edge. Go. Watch out.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark, 38 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand?
Watson on first down. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Let's just go ahead and state the obvious. Safety Derwin James is one of the better players in the NFL. First team All-Pro as a rookie. Also went to the Pro Bowl. And he shows up anywhere and everywhere on the field making plays.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Looking long for Thomas. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 66 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
55, right there in the middle, 55.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, check 24, watch 24. Check 52. Yellow.
Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Slam.
Hey, 57 color.
Here's McCaffrey. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Check 41. Exit.
The Texans' 11-yard line.
Watch the motion. Mike, 41.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I love the intelligence the defense is.
Set. Like it ain't. Set is the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Let's go.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver brings him down of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Out comes Christian. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run when you give him a little bit.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and knock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's stop right there.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Johnson, oh, it's poked free. Football's out. And this is picked up by the Saints.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Here's the tap. Great team. Pick me up. Here we go.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 7-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Here's Watson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Back to throw, Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 4 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer.
Yellow. We ain't giving up nothing today.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. They find some open field here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He'll air it out deep for top. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
55, Mike, got 55. He don't know no better. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, let's get in that hole. Check the backer, check the backer.
Mahomes going to throw. The quick slant caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Christian McCaffrey, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This. On first down, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
It's complete. Stills. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Here's Brian Anger now. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So we are at halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hero 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. No one attempted Fairbairn last year. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. This not the final game of this opening weekend. Still one more, and that comes your way later tonight out in Oakland. The Denver Broncos and Vic Fangio's coaching debut taking on the Oakland Raiders, the final home opener for the Silver and Black in the East Bay.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Now a run with McCaffrey. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
15, 41 Mike, 41 Mike. Silver.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
No.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Come get some.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours?
We're set. 19. 59. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They begin with a run by Miller. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now here's Ross. Look at this spin.
Balance.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's to McCaffrey, complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. Looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41. I'm coming.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. It's a party now. It's a party now. Let's go.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Alert flow, alert flow, alert flow.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watch a slack, watch a slack, watch a slack.
Again, they run again. It's McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Attack, attack. Hey, 4-1's Mike, 4-1's Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Mahomes now on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. There goes a deep. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
He's set. 19. Check, check. 47. So we got man.
Watson on first down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
We want it. Come to my work.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Let's go, fellas.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, team.
39-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Mike 41, Mike 41. 15.
Watch the pass.
41,
My 7, let's go.
Mike 41.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So
First and 10, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He finds Hopkins complete. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. The Texans on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And
that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Let's go.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5.
You. 41's coming. 41's the mic. Come off the ball.
Yellow.
41's the mic. 41's
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead, your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here I come again. 41 Mike. They can't hang with us.
Here's Murray. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got 3 down. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike.
McCaffrey. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Christian McCaffrey, 31 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on...
Mike, what's that? Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On first down, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Watson. He's got Fuller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again is Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Going quickly here to Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He gives it to Thomas. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Mahomes now to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, they're no...
Set. 19. Check. 59. Here we go. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Watson now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, his second sack of the night. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for New Orleans, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.